When's the last time you played this game?
Like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
I did it well.
Because I know you've been practicing for like 10 different things, and I was like, I don't think Gauntlet was one of them.
Yeah, I was playing it. No, I guess I was playing it while Jam was redoing his run, and I played it right before Wizards and Warriors. I wasn't even practicing Wizards and Warriors. I was just practicing this.
All right, so this should be a good run then.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great because I practiced it a ton. Of course, that's what it's about. Not about the RNG and the treasure room luck or anything like that.
The execution is going to be on point for this run. And no one could take that away from you.
There you go. It'll be as good as it needs to be and no better. Alright, I think I'm all set up here. And I think I've lowered everyone's expectations enough that we can start Gauntlet. So, good old Gauntlet. I'm playing on a gray cart, but this game also came on one of those cool, angular-looking black cartridges without the seal of approval, and then later got made to a normal gray cart. Both versions are exactly the same. And you get to choose between 4 characters. The Warrior, definitely the best character for a speedrun. The Valkyrie, who is actually a good character. Wizard, also decent, but the Elf is actually the speedrun character. That's the fast character, moves really fast, and the important thing is, you see his little stats in the corner there, important thing is that he has a decently high magic stat. 3 is good enough. The real problem with something like Warrior is the magic stat of 1, he's going to have a real hard time beating the game because his bombs won't do jack. But the Elf, fortunately, is going to be fast and have good magic, which is what we need. So I'm about to start the run. I'll start from character control. Why not? And we're going. Well, so
You're going fast.
I'm going to try to go fast. He starts out, you know, at about this speed, fastest of the characters, but he'll go much faster once we get the speed upgrade. And there's 100 rooms in this game. You can't visit all of them because it's the game branches. You don't visit all of them. You probably only visit about half of them, maybe a little more than half, probably about 60% of the rooms. In the course of this run, there's in each of these 4 worlds, there's different branches that you can take to get through them. There's different paths you can take. We're going to take the fastest one that I know of. The TAS actually uses a different route, but I think for real-time strats, I think the route that you see here is probably the better one, but I don't know. This game doesn't really have a lot of runners, so there's not a lot of other input besides, you know, stuff that I think of. So we really need to get more people running this, and maybe we'll see some new routes. But Mythical's recently joined the ranks of the Gauntlet speedrunners.
Yeah, that's right. I've had a couple ideas where I'm like kind of staring at maps and just thinking like, well, maybe there's a way to... Will this save a second or two? Or...
Yeah, that's what you got to do. But really, the problem with this run is you can route all day and you can, you know, execute well all day. But what the speedrun really comes down to is the luck you get in these treasure rooms. A couple times per world, you get these rooms where you get your health refilled if you find the exit, but the exit is randomly placed, and some of the exits are really quick, take a couple of seconds, and some of the exits might take up to like 20 seconds. So it's really very, very RNG dependent. There's no way that we know of to manipulate it. It's all just frame-based RNG, and it essentially ruins this as a speed game, even though this is really fun. A really fun game. Like, I love doing attempts of this. I mean, I love doing speedruns of it. I don't like trying to beat my PB because that's just frustrating with those treasure rooms because it's completely out of your hands. But, ooh, got a little stuck there. But yeah, we're gonna probably go through most of the treasure rooms.
So the paths you're taking, like you said, there's certain ways to go through the game, and every time you beat the level, you're gonna see that map, the overworld, and there's lines connecting showing which way you're going. You have no idea which way you're gonna go. You just kind of go into an exit and pop out somewhere, and usually there's no way to go back. So if you're actually trying to figure out which way you need to go in order to actually beat the game, because if you want to beat the game, there's a vault at the end. You need the combination to open the vault. And that means you need to visit 8 specific rooms throughout the game, pick up the clue, and learn what each of the 8 characters of the combination to the vault is. But yeah, not knowing which exit's going to take you where means you need to replay the game many, many, many times before you actually find your way through the game proper.
Right, you see those question marks on the map, and you're like, alright, I want to get to those things. And you try out random exits, and they'll just take you right past it, and you're like, oh shoot, gotta start the game over. But that was a clue room that I was in right there, but I didn't even pick up the clue, because I don't need the clue. And we will explain why, well, we can explain why right now. The password, or the different vault combinations, you can tell which vault combination it's going to be by the first letter of your password. So it's only, you know, of those possibilities, we know all the vault combinations. Wow, I'm getting terrible luck here. We know the vault combinations for each of those password letters. So you just look at your password, look the thing up in a table, and you can skip all the clues. Theoretically, you could run this with getting all the clues, just make the any % all clues category, but so far nobody has run that. I did some attempts at routing it, but I never really worked on it. But I think that's also a pretty good category. It makes you play a little bit more of the game. Let's see. Yeah.
One of the small little optimizations I've come up with in this stage 34 is to just like tap up as you pass by those monster spawners at the start of the level, and you can kill them without stopping basically at all, and prevent some guys from spawning, because they will lag the game.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Lag is a huge concern.
Right, yeah, the more time you spend in the level, the laggier it gets, because enemies just spawn and spawn and spawn.
Yeah, the entire level is kind of active at the same time. Things are off-screen, just multiplying, filling up entire rooms.
Well, this stage we're about to get a really important power-up. Wait, I started explaining a little too early. Hold on, wait. Don't spoil it. Don't tell them what it is. Okay,
right.
Really important power-up, the speed power-up. So now the elf is about 50% faster. Still not that hard to control, honestly. It's not that fast. It's not like Legacy of the Wizard speeds.
It'd be awful if you weren't able to kind of slide around on the walls by holding diagonally into them. If that was not the case, this game would actually really suck to speedrun. It'd be like a technical achievement and stuff, but as someone who likes thumbs that work when I'm done playing a video game,
right?
That would not be fun.
Yeah, this game is still pretty tough on your thumbs. It's pretty omnidirectional, unlike most platformer type games that people speedrun, where you're just holding one direction 90% of the time. And this, you're constantly moving around, so it does wear your thumb out after a while. But honestly, I think the RNG probably wears your brain out after a while. So I don't think I ever get to the point where my thumb gets tired. Oh wow, good RNG on that teleporter. That is very fortunate. In the all clues category, that room actually sucks a lot, because you can get teleported to a spot where you can't actually finish the run. Alright, I'm going to trade a key for a bomb right there in those treasure chests. You can have up to 10 bombs and up to 10 keys. And the problem with the bombs is it gives you so many of them all at once, and then you can't hold more than 10. So then finally at the end of the game, when you really need them all, it stops giving you tons of bombs. So really it's all about trying to just decide exactly what bombs and what keys I'm going to use where, to give yourself the most resources you can for getting through the last few stages, because the number of enemies goes up just like crazy, and it just becomes brutal if you don't have enough bombs to wipe them all out. I say bombs, but these are actually potions, by the way. Sorry for the misterminology.
They're bombs. I mean, if you've played any sort of video game with the screen clear, it's a bomb. It's a smart bomb, I guess, is what those are usually called.
Well, I used the bomb there.
I love that room.
Oh, yeah, that room. That room at the very beginning, you can try to like walk carefully around and grab those keys without triggering the door, but it's easier just to hit the door.
Yeah, door is it's kind of a weird term. Like, in a lot of cases, they're used like regular doors, and then in some cases, they're like, let's just construct an entire wall out of the doors. And if you touch it, you open the door by making the entire wall fall down.
Yeah, oh, so this is the snaggy level. This is a really hard level to do fast, because it just wants to snag you. Oh, and then you get this kind of thing happening. Game just wants to snag you.
Oh yeah, so I came up with an improvement here. If you go right instead of left, you don't kill that skull thing.
Oh, you can skip the skull thing? Cool.
Yeah, and it's still 2 screens or whatever. Because the screens all wrap around on each other.
Right.
That's what I bring to the table. Ways to save 5 frames, maybe. And then someone's going to be like, oh, here's how you manipulate the treasure rooms and save 10 minutes.
Right, yeah. Well, that would be awesome. I hope somebody comes up with that, because that would actually make this a really good competitive game. Right now, it's just pointless to race it. It's just it's mostly RNG. Alright, invisible walls. Hello, Fees. There we
Too
go.
early. Yep.
I know, yeah, I saw that, and then it's like, how do I get out of this?
And then you go left to fix it, but then you didn't go left far enough.
Not far enough.
You go right again.
Yeah.
Your inputs are kind of ahead of where your character actually is, because you're going so fast that one mistake can often lead to several other mistakes in rapid succession.
Alright, I'm going to use the pause trick here instead of bombing these guys, because those slimes were trolling me earlier. I don't want to waste a bomb. When you hit those sand traps, it pauses you for a certain amount of time, but if you pause the game during that time, the timer for the sand trap keeps running down, even though all the rest of the game movement stops. So it's a nice, safe way to run down the time on those sand traps, to just pause the game. Come on. See, this is... I like to have an extra bomb just for this, but they'll do that to you sometimes. Alright, these teleporters are random.
Oh yes, the teleporters.
Yeah.
Random 50-50 where it sends you. You can, however, control where you come out of a teleporter. So Feasel's holding down right here in case he gets this bad teleporter, which he's gotten 4 times in a row now. If he gets the bad one, he will come out on the bottom right there and be able to go right back in. If you're holding some other direction or no direction, you might pop out on the other side, and then you have to get the first teleporter to cooperate again. Oh,
I've never made this mistake before. I've never had that happen before.
Dance, run in circles.
I know.
Then you gotta wait, do it again.
And I gotta do it a second time because I didn't get the right exit.
And you get the bad luck.
Of course I got the bad exit.
Exit is 50% whether that exit is there.
Yeah.
It's not really clear, but those flashing squares on the ground are actually switches, and they can trigger like anything. You can step on one and it'll delete half the walls on the map. Like there's no telling what a switch is going to do. One of the switches in that past level is hiding inside a treasure chest. You have to open it. One of them is invisible until you shoot it. Gauntlet's a weird game.
Yeah, it is.
Plus there's just like fake exits like you saw in that other one. You'll see plenty of those in some of the upcoming treasure rooms. Oh, we already saw one. The teleporter treasure room, probably the worst one.
Definitely. No guarantee you're even going to find the exit. I have a search pattern that works pretty well, but there's, I mean, even so, you could be looking at, you know, a complete loss of the full 30 seconds.
Luckily, you've already got one health refill here, so it's possible to make it to one of the treasure rooms where you're guaranteed to find the exit before you need health. But if things go bad or you make a mistake, it's possible that you could really be looking for a health refill from this treasure room or the other one.
Ick. Yeah, it did not happen in for me that time. I'm short a bomb. I need to pick up an extra bomb someplace. I guess I could do this without a bomb, right? Yeah, I can.
Oh, it's an extra key here that I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah, there's an extra key. I'll be good though. I'll just do this without one. Without the bomb. Alright, back up the tank.
I actually didn't bomb those guys at the bottom for a while. I would bomb higher up.
It helps. Oh yeah, you bomb in the first corridor? Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
So here's a very scary level. All of these exits before the one he wants are fake. Some of them take you to absolutely horrible places that pretty much end the run. So he's going to be very careful not to step into any of the wrong ones. I looked into it, and I think it's possible to hold diagonals on some of those and not get sucked into the exit. But there's one in particular, I think it has to do with like hitboxes of either the character or the exit. But they kind of favor one side or one corner. So if you're going like up and to the right, you have a tendency to get pulled in, but not the other directions. That's my tentative analysis on that room. But for now, the safest thing to do is to play it safe like I did. Also a safe start there in that last room, waiting for those guys to kind of trickle out, save a bomb that way.
Yeah, I already used a bomb to get by those slimes. They gave me a pretty troll pattern. And so I am down one bomb. Well, I mean, I give myself an extra bomb. An extra bomb, because we do need an extra bomb for that that level with the 2 exits that's coming up.
Yeah, 93, I think.
Yeah, that one
is a really big factor.
That's huge, because that's one that just drains so much of my health and one of my surplus bombs if I don't get the good exit there. And it's a 50-50, so let's just hope we get the good one so I don't have to work too hard for this. Okay, slimes. Really making me work now.
I've never seen those slimes work
so
well
they don't
together.
Normally troll me this bad. This is really extreme.
It's possible to do a glitch to walk through enemies like these slimes, but it's pretty much frame perfect, and there's no real good visual cue.
Yeah, it is frame perfect. You just kind of like
into them.
Right, you bump into them over and over again, and sometimes you pass through. Like, meanwhile, you've taken a ton of damage because you've just been sitting there forever running into the enemy. Alright, this is the last treasure room. Hey, quick exit. Cool. So here's the moment of truth. Let's just see what happens. Really hope for some good luck here.
2 exits in this stage, one of them significantly faster to get through, and most importantly, there's a lot less enemies between you in that one. If that exit is not the exit, if it's just a square that looks like an exit, you're going to have to kill a ton of more enemies to get to the good one, but this is lucky. This is the one he wants. He's out of there. He's into 94. If you pay special attention to the layout of level 94... Ooh, this is not going well. Down a bomb and still trolled by that one slime. Hoping to get through there without another bomb. Does use another one. I
was holding the D-pad when I hit the bomb button.
Oh.
That's why the guy right in front of me didn't go away.
That's a weird quirk of this game. If you're holding the D-pad when you hit that bomb button, your bomb just does a lot less damage.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
I don't know. But that's the way it works. So, kind of low on health here. Last level's not going to be free. Oops. It's going to be close. Here's the password. Chat's been talking a lot about this password. I don't think we ever actually said. But this password is all determined by the first character of the password you use to save your game. So you can look at that character, and that's all you need to know to figure out what all 8 digits of this password is. So Feasel's just looking at a big old list right now. Enter this in.
Alright, I had to double check it.
Enter this one. Yeah, if you get it wrong, it's a game over, so you don't want to get it wrong.
I'll take some extra time to make sure I'm doing it right, thank you. Oh wow, this guy needs to get out of my face. Uh-oh. We have a bit of a health crisis here.
Yep. So if you get here with like a lot of health, you can just like tank a lot of these dragon hits, which is the final boss and the only boss, I guess. But at this health, this is very bad. Very, very dangerous. So I'm definitely not going to be doing that. We're going to be kiting off to the side. The dragon's attacks are kind of bumping up against his own hitbox. It's pretty stupid, I guess. Also, the heads wake up one by one as you shoot them. I think right now one head is kind of being repeatedly pummeled by the other's fireballs, but it doesn't care until you poke it with an arrow. As you can see, Feasel's health is ticking down. That's just how this game works. Your health deteriorates over time, and normally it doesn't go down too fast that it's much of a problem, especially since the elf is so fast. But this boss fight takes a while, so pretty significant health drain down to his last 100. Needs to flip this switch and then get back to this pickup before he can actually go into the exit. And there's one other spawning thing. He's gonna bomb, and the bomb is successful. That is the last enemy down.
Alright, there we go.
That was a close call. Nice save there.
Yep, we saved Rendar.
Yeah, I guess that's the place they're in.
Sure.
Dash Rendar is safe. Shadows of the Empire can happen. Stay tuned for Best of N64. No, that's not a thing. But Gauntlet is a thing. And now it's over. Good job. You seemed quiet. I think maybe you were focusing a lot at the end there.
Yeah. Once you get down to the final world, well, past the final treasure room of the final world, it's seriously dangerous. Like at any point, you could lose the whole run. Any of those stages, you just hesitate for a split second in the wrong spot, and you can take hundreds of damage just in like a second's time. It's so bad. There's no limit to how many enemies can hit you at a time. I mean, there's only 8 other enemies can touch you at a time, so I guess there is a limit, but that's a lot of damage that you can take at once.
And coming out of those teleporters in level 93, sometimes your character's actually on the other side of the teleporter, but you can't move, and also you can't see yourself, but the enemies can see you because they can hit you. So you can lose half your life before you can even get out of the teleporter.
Yeah, that's really why awful. I did the pause trick. The same thing that you do with the sand traps, you do the pause trick, but you have to wait until after it's like bumped the screen over and chosen your position, and then you can pop in and out of the pause menu, and that saves you from getting hit, same as a sand trap. But yeah, it is pretty unfair. Like, you go through a teleporter, and you know where your character's supposed to be, and you can see enemies just like hitting him, and you're just taking damage, and you can't move for like 4 seconds. It's pretty stupid.
You just watch your health tick down.
Yeah.
They hit so hard at the end of the game too. It's not fair. Gauntlet, not fair. I think if I was going to sum it up.
Not a fair game.
Not a fair game.
No, especially not if you get an A password. So I don't know. Did we say this? Did we say the A password?
No, we haven't.
All right.
Chad has, but we haven't.
Well, Chad has, yeah. And if you saw the SGDQ run from a little while ago, it was pretty funny. We got an A password of that. So one of the first letter of the password tells you which vault combination it's going to be. You know, one of the possibilities is broken. So you actually can't beat the game if you have one of the vault combinations, the one that corresponds to a password starting with A. So if you get to any point in the game and you see your password starts with A, you may as well just start a new game. Because you'll collect all the clues, you get there, you enter the combination in, and it just says game over. Great stuff.
And that's your password to like continue your game too. Like,
yeah, you can't even just like
your game
reset
is just doomed. There's nothing you can do but start over.
Right, yeah, you can't even just reset and like enter the password in again. You have to start again and get a whole new password. It's pretty crazy.
That's Gauntlet. That's Feasel. And that's Best of NES 2016.
Yep.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's all over. No, it's not. It's still going. It's
the finale.